My dearest brother, I do not know when this letter will reach you, nor if it will at all. But tonight I feel compelled to write. The candles are low, the workshop quiet, and for the first time in days, the master has gone home to sleep. I thought, perhaps, that if I wrote now, while the smell of paint and plaster still clings to my hands, you might understand what my life here has become. Milan is not as we imagined it when I left home. The streets are grand, yes, and the Duke's court is filled with musicians and scholars. But beneath it all, there is a constant unease. Soldiers pass through the gates more often than merchants, and people whisper that the French king eyes this city like a wolf circling a pen. Still, I remain here, working for the man everyone calls a genius. You remember when I wrote to tell you I had found work under Leonardo? I thought then that I had stumbled into fortune. I imagined long days of steady work, copying drawings, grinding pigments, learning patiently at his side. Instead, life here is like trying to follow a storm. The master is unlike any man I have known. Some mornings he arrives before dawn, full of ideas, speaking faster than I can write, sketching machines, horses, faces, and strange contraptions that seem to belong to the future rather than our own time. On other days, he does not come at all. He may spend hours watching the way water flows in the canal, or studying a beggar's face in the market, as if the world itself were his book. At first, this frustrated me. Now I understand that he sees things most of us do not. The work that fills our days is the great painting in the refectory of Santa Maria delle Grazie. You have heard of it, I am sure. The Duke himself commissioned it. It is meant to show the moment when Christ tells the apostles that one of them will betray him. I thought painting was simple work before I came here. I believed one laid colour upon plaster and called it done. But this is something else entirely. The master refuses to work like other painters. He says the usual method is too fast, too careless. Instead, he experiments endlessly, mixing oils, testing new pigments, altering the composition again and again. We have repainted parts of the wall more times than I can count. Sometimes he stands in silence before the image for hours, brush in hand, doing nothing at all. And yet, when he does paint, it is as though the figures breathe. Yesterday, he worked on Judas's face. He had spent weeks searching for the right model, wandering the streets, studying expressions, muttering that betrayal must be visible even before the act itself. When at last he began, the room was so quiet that even the monks eating nearby seemed to chew more softly. By evening, Judas looked as though he might step down from the wall and slip into the shadows. I confess, brother, it frightened me a little. Life here is not only art and wonder. There is worry too. Supplies run short more often than they should. The Duke's payments come late, and the master, brilliant as he is, keeps poor track of money. More than once I have feared we would be dismissed before the work is done. There are also whispers of sickness. Last month, a fever spread through a quarter near the river, and though it has not reached our workshop, people still speak of plague as if it waits just beyond the gates. At night, when the bells ring for the dead, I think of home. I think of the smell of mother's cooking, of your laughter, of the way the hills looked at sunset. Sometimes I wonder if I was foolish to leave. Yet then I return to the refectory and see what is taking shape on that wall, and I feel certain that I am witnessing something that will outlive us all. The master says that paintings, if done well, can carry a man's thoughts across centuries. He says that long after we are dust, people may stand before this work and feel the same tension, the same human uncertainty that the apostles felt at that table. I do not know if he is right, but I know that when I grind the pigments each morning, or stretch the cords to mark the perspective lines, I feel as though I am helping to build something larger than myself. Not a cathedral of stone, but one of memory. Do you remember how Father used to say that most men live and die without leaving a trace? Sometimes I think that working here is my way of leaving one, however small. If the painting is finished, And if I live long enough to return home, I will bring you sketches so you may see it for yourself. I wish you could stand beside me now and watch the masterwork. Even in silence, it feels as though history is being written in paint. I do not know what the future holds. The rumors of war grow louder, and Milan is not the safest place to be if armies begin to march. Yet for now, I remain, brush in hand, trying to learn what I can from a man who seems determined to wrestle eternity onto a wall. Give Mother my love, and tell her I am well. Tell her I eat enough, though not as well as at home, and that I have not forgotten the prayers she taught me. And you, brother, write when you can. Your letters remind me that there is still a world beyond these stone streets and painted halls. Until I see you again, may God keep you safe. Your loving brother, Matteo.